Anyone who says Pi is a scam has effectively proven themselves to know nothing about crypto. If you believe in Pi Network, I need you to watch this video. I know why you're here. You got into Pi Network because it felt like a chance to be early, to mine something valuable before the rest of the world catches on. You want to build wealth by simply participating, tapping the app daily, referring friends, growing your balance in a way that traditional finance never allowed. And I get it. The promise of Pi Network. It sounds a lot like what made early Bitcoin adopters rich. It's positioned as a movement, crypto for the people, where anyone can mine and benefit, even if they don't have expensive mining rigs or deep technical knowledge. But here's the problem. Pi Network isn't built on the same principles that made Bitcoin valuable. And if you're here because you're trying to understand what's really going on, or because you've started having doubts, then I want to give you a clear way to think about it, especially now that Mainnet has launched. And this is not to tear down what you believe. I'm tired, okay? And I'm cynical. I feel for you. And I have an open mind, but I want to lay out the case and help you see a bigger picture. The value of crypto isn't just being early. The real reason that Bitcoin was revolutionary wasn't because people got in early. It was because Bitcoin introduced something that had never existed before. A digital asset no one could control, that they couldn't stop or print more of. It was a monetary system that required no need to trust a company, a government, an elected or appointed official. It was a currency that was truly scarce, with no way to artificially inflate the supply. The people who mined Bitcoin early weren't just lucky. Okay, they were taking a risk on an idea that had fundamental value. A new form of money that didn't rely on banks or corporations or any other kind of middleman. And this is where Pi Network completely misses the mark. Unlike Bitcoin, okay, Pi Network doesn't have a working blockchain that you can verify yourself. It doesn't have true decentralization. The Pi team controls everything, including who can use the network. It's not scarce. The supply is controlled by the company, and they can and do change the rules anytime. Instead of solving any kind of real problem, Pi is a closed system controlled by one central entity. The Pi team decides who can access their mainnet. They control your coins, your transactions, and your ability to even use what you've mined. That is not crypto. That's a company running a database. Now, you might want to know, but what if Pi gains value in the future? You know, the token launched, it went down, but then it went back up again. And this is what most Pi supporters tell me in my comments. It doesn't cost me anything to mine Pi, so why not hold on to it just in case? And that's a very fair question, but let's look at it logically. The only way Pi becomes valuable is if people want to buy and use it. That means merchants have to accept Pi as payment, but why would they when they can use stablecoins or Bitcoin or just open the app and tap it to mine their own? Investors have to buy Pi on an exchange, but usually until now they can't. And why would they if it's fully controlled by a company? The network has to actually be open and usable without restrictions. Right now, none of those things are true. And what's worse is the team has created a closed economy where you think you're mining, but really you're just waiting, and you're giving them your data. You're giving them all kinds of information about your habits, your location. They're selling that. They are making money off your activity while you are just hoping that one day this company lets you use the tokens that you have spent years collecting and that they'll be worth something. And again, I tell you, my friends, that's not how real cryptocurrency works. And if you're struggling to understand how crypto works or why it matters or what makes it valuable, let's start with this, okay? Crypto should give you more control, not less. The value of crypto isn't in tapping an app every day and getting some magic internet tokens or waiting for a company to tell you when you can use them. It's in freedom. The freedom to send and receive and use your money anywhere, anytime. The freedom to verify transactions yourself without needing to trust a central authority or a government or a bank to say that they've done it. And it's the freedom to own your assets, the information that represents your money outright without permission from anyone. And increasingly, the information that represents other kinds of information that matter to us that we don't own right now on the internet or offline. Our medical records, our digital merchandise that we buy, when you rent a movie from Amazon, all of those things are not truly things that we own. The games you play. That's why stablecoins like USDC, real decentralized networks like Bitcoin and Ethereum, other smart contract platforms that power real world applications matter. They are being used by millions of people without needing to be unlocked by a corporation. So if you're truly interested in crypto because you want real opportunity, not just the illusion of wealth, then, my friend, it's time to look beyond Pi. I recommend you start with the Learn to Use Crypto playlist in my profile, and that you begin by learning, before you buy any token, first, how to buy, to store, to send, to swap, and use real crypto safely, confidently, how to turn it back into cash. You should learn why Bitcoin and Ethereum actually work and what makes them different. And then you should learn how to recognize when something is actually decentralized versus just a marketing gimmick. If it's actually using blockchain to solve a real problem, or if it's just using a buzzword to sell you something. And ultimately, I'm just some guy on the internet. You don't have to take my word for this. If you believe in Pi, you might be skeptical of everything I just said, and that's okay. And I understand it. But I want to leave you, I want to end this by encouraging you to ask yourself these questions. Can I use my Pi freely without waiting for a company to approve it? Can I verify the network myself, or am I just trusting what the team says? And if this weren't called crypto, would I still believe in it? So remember, crypto should give you more power, more freedom, not lock you into a system where someone else holds all the keys. The sooner you start looking at crypto through that lens, the sooner you'll start seeing real opportunities, not just waiting for someone else to make you rich. I hope that helps.